Good morning. So let's wait for Professor Suzana.
Yes, we still have another 3 minutes.
Yes. Dr. Siti, would you like to make some announcement to your students before we start our class regarding the homework? Yeah.
Yes.
Maybe later.
Be used in bahasa.
Sure, no problem. Yeah.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Selamat pagi semuanya. Ibu akan mengumumkan terkait dengan pengumpulan tugas ya. Jadi grup 1 itu sudah mengumpulkan tugas, ada 2 siswa. Jadi kalau bisa nanti per grup saja. Jadi ada 5 grup, nanti perwakilan saja. Jadi per masing-masing grup, karena ini grup homework, sehingga nanti submitnya adalah per grup saja. Tetapi yang sifatnya adalah individu, berarti kalian nanti submitnya adalah masing-masing mahasiswa. Mungkin seperti itu. Sehingga nanti Ibu tinggal cek saja di grup homework members-nya atas nama siapa, sehingga Ibu tinggal menuliskan di sananya. Ada pertanyaan terkait dengan untuk grup homework. Jangan lupa bahwa hari ini ya terakhir jam 23 jam 23.59 itu terakhir kalian mengumpulkan grup homework. Mungkin seperti itu. Nah, nanti jika ada mahasiswa yang bukan dari Kumamoto University, tetapi yang lainnya seperti dari UTP dan yang lainnya, yang kalian masukkan, maka ditulis saja namanya di situ. Ya, ada pertanyaan? Ya, Habib, silakan. Betul. Jadi kalau misalnya nanti Ibu sudah ganti berupa dibagi dalam grup kan, ada grup 1, 2, 3, 4, dan 5. Jadi kalau namanya grup homework, berarti ngumpulkannya adalah grup. Tetapi kalau nanti tugasnya itu individu, maka ngumpulkannya di masing-masing. Jadi yang Ibu sudah lihat adalah grup 1, tetapi masih dikumpulkan sendiri-sendiri. Jadi Habib mengumpulkan sendiri, Bri mengumpulkan sendiri. Sehingga nanti Ibu ambil salah satu saja. Jadi nanti yang lain tidak perlu mengumpulkan, tidak apa-apa. Clear, Habib? Video nanti ada tugasnya beda lagi nanti, ya. Profesor Armando, talking about the group homework of a video. They have to make like video. What the topics? Not yet, right?
Not yet decided, but if we base it last year, they decide the topic. The students decide the topic, propose to us the topic. Yeah. But that will be a final presentation in 4 weeks. But they can start, they can select the topic. I mean, they can decide the topic on their own. Yeah.
I mean, they want to discuss early.
Yes, right. Yes. Okay, so they can decide the topic.
Depend, or we will decide it for each group.
They can decide the topic on their own, similar to what we did last year. Yeah. Or do you have any suggestion, Dr. Siti? Are we going to suggest a topic?
Okay. Maybe I will think.
All right. Okay.
Or maybe we can discuss first, and then we can share to students so they can start early to discuss about their final assignment, something like that.
All right. Okay, Dr. Siti. Okay.
Or maybe Professor Kitain want to share some information to Kumamoto University. Also,
yes, to our students from Kumamoto University. While we are waiting for Professor Dr. Suzana, we would like to remind you to submit your group homework. The deadline is today for your group homework. So please submit it using Moodle. So I posted in Moodle the submission portal. You have group 1, group 2, group 3, 4, and 5. So please submit your group homework or report to Moodle. The deadline is today. Okay. All right. I think that's
Prof.
all
Armando.
Yes.
I'm speaking on behalf of Prof. Suzana.
Yes.
She thought Malaysia is 1 hour ahead, so she apologized. And she said give her 10 minutes to actually prepare, just for a while. Yeah.
5 minutes.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
Thank
yeah,
you.
okay.
Thank you, Intan. All right. We will wait for Suzana.
Richard, you raise hand. Please go
Yes,
ahead.
Richard.
Yes. Permisi Bu, untuk grup 2.
You can, it's okay. You can speak in English, Richard.
Oh, okay. So for group 2, one of the members from Kumamoto University, if I'm not mistaken, Okaki Kaori-san, if I'm not mistaken her name, she has not joined us for the past week, so she wasn't able to join us in doing the assignment. And I've also tried to confirm with our other members from Kumamoto University, Daiki Asahiro-san.
Yeah.
And he said that she will not be attending this class anymore. So in the assignment, we didn't put her name. Is that okay?
Yes, Richard, it's okay. I also got an email from Okaki-san. Yes.
Oh, okay.
She's not anymore taking this class. So, right.
Okay, Professor.
Richard, yes.
Okay. Yeah, thank you, Professor.
Okay, thank you, Richard. Any else? Please, students from other universities such as UTP, etc., you can still join to the group homework. So they will put your name in the group homework. As Professor Kitain mentioned before, if you have attendance 6 from 8, so you will give all of you certificate. But if less than 6, maybe we cannot give you certificate. So we will record your attendance.
While waiting for Professor Suzana, do you have any questions, any other questions? Things to clarify. So I repeat, one of the requirements is a final presentation. You need to make a 3-minute video. So you will again collaborate with your group mates in preparing the video, and that will be submitted before the final presentation. So we will collaboratively mark it with Dr. Siti, and you will make a presentation of the video during our final meeting. The final meeting will be, let me check it. The final meeting will be on November 26. So by November 26, you should have submitted your 3-minute video already. So that's for the final video. You need to collaborate with your group mates But another requirement is a report consisting of about 1,000 words report that integrates, okay, hopefully you can integrate the topics discussed in this class. So that's for the final report, or it could be a report explaining the video you prepared for the final presentation. I hope that's clear to everybody. Oh, Sang, yes. Sang Aji? I think Sang Aji is raising his hand.
Excuse me, sir and ma'am. I got the same case with the recharge group in my group.
Yes.
Hello?
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you well.
Oh yeah, sorry. In my group, we get the same case with the recharge group in the Kumamoto University.
Sorry.
Yes, please continue. We cannot hear you well, Sang Aji.
Aji, maybe you can write in the chat box if you have problem with your audio. Oh. Maybe someone, same group as Sang Aji, can explain more what Sang Aji want to say.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
I'm from for group the same as Sang Aji. He will tell that there's a student from Kumamoto University that won't attend our group because he isn't can be called, I think.
I see.
You mean you cannot contact him?
Yeah, we can't contact him. His name is Hamatsutayo.
Hamatsu. Okay. I understand. It's all right. You may not include him in your report or in some other.
I'm so sorry, sir.
It's okay, no problem. I will try to contact him one of these days. Thank you for the information.
Since it's group, there is a 2 students from Kumamoto University. So for example, if you can contact one of them, so maybe you can ask one of the Kumamoto University to contact another friend, something like that. Have you done like that? For example, like Richard, Nur Sofa.
From the others, she has contacted him, but there's no reply.
Oh, okay. It's okay.
Thank you. Well, thank you very much, Noor, for the information. So I will try to contact Hamatsuko, right? Hamatsuko.
Yeah.
And then I will let you know, because you also need to prepare for the final presentations. I will let you know if he's still taking the class or not. Thank you. Yes, Ninda. Ninda, go ahead, please. Yeah.
Excuse me, sir and ma'am. Talking about the submission, if we already upload, did we need to remove the submission to just one person to one group, or it's okay if we already upload?
It's okay, Ninda. If you, for example, you already submitted and then your other friends submit again, so it's okay.
Oh, okay, sir. Thank you, Miss.
All right. I think
Oh,
Professor
Professor
Suzana is
Suzana.
here. Okay. So let me admit Professor Suzana.
Hello, Prof. Armando.
Hello,
Hello,
Professor
sorry.
Suzana.
Assalamualaikum,
So
Professor.
there was a
Yeah, I apologize for the time, plus minus. Yeah.
there was a miscommunication. So
Yeah.
it's the
So,
Japanese standard time.
yeah.
It's okay. No problem, Professor Suzana. Professor Suzana, are you ready?
Yeah. So let me
May I
try.
introduce you to the class
Yeah.
before you
Okay.
start your lecture? All right.
Sure.
So Professor Dr. Suzana is here. We are very to have with us, of course, Professor Dr. Suzana from University of Technologi PETRONAS. We are really so lucky to have Professor Suzana with us. Just a brief introduction about Professor Suzana. Professor Dr. Suzana Yusup is from the Chemical Engineering Department of the University of Technologi PETRONAS, the top private university in Malaysia. And she is also the director and the head of the Center for Biofuel and Biochemical Research of UTP, or University of Technologi PETRONAS. She has published a lot of research papers in reputable journals. You can search Google, Scopus, and so on, with a very high H index. And for this, she was also given prestigious awards, including Malaysia's Research Star Award, Malaysia's Rising Star Award, the second prize in the Elsevier Green and Sustainable Chemistry Challenge, Top Research Scientist of Malaysia, Asia Research Award from the Society of Chemical Engineers Japan, and Creativity Award in Geneva. That's 2011. Well, I have so many things to say about Professor Dr. Suzana, but it will take us a day, I think. I've also been collaborating with Professor Suzana on the utilization of biomass for production of biofuels and biochemicals. Well, without much further ado, let us welcome Professor Dr. Suzana, and she will talk about biomass conversion technologies today. Prof, the floor is yours.
Yeah. Thank you, Prof. Armando, for the kind introductions, and I apologize for the a bit miscommunications about the time difference. Right. Without further ado, I think I would like to share today to the students the perspective on biomass utilizations. So this will cover on the raw material, the feedstock, yeah, and also the process part, and then the associated technology, right? And what I prepare also, there will be some exercise because then I hope the student would not be, sleepy or doze off. Okay, so I hope when I bring you through the lectures note, then you alert and it will help you for your point of discussion later. Okay, so allow me to introduce the slide. Okay, hold on. Let me share my screen.
Recording in progress.
Okay, hold on. Let me open the, my PowerPoint here. Okay, do you have the visual? Okay, hold on, yeah.
Yes, Prof, we can see your monitor, your screen, yes.
Okay, that's great. Okay, let me put in presentation modes, right? Okay, I put it down here. Okay, so first and foremost, thank you all for the cooperations, yeah, for these lectures today. And first and foremost, I'd like to thank you for the organizer for giving me the platform to share about this topic, yeah, which is very close to my research and my heart as well. Right. So just to recap where we are. So our center is the Center for Biofuel and Biochemical. So we have 3 separate labs here. The one that very much I'm attached to is in Block P, where we have all these unit operations. And the other 2 locality is in Block 4 and Block 5. Okay, so I hope in future, welcome to our campus. Okay, this is the bird's eye view of our campus. It is about 2.5 hours from the capital city, Kuala Lumpur. Yeah. Okay, so this is the promise for today, that I will share about the knowledge on the biomass conversion technologies that will cover upon the raw materials angles, the products and the process side. So I hope students will alert, and we will share some group works later regarding these topics. Okay. Right, so these are some of the data, statistical data, where we can see how the energy supply shifted with respect to various type of sources here. Okay, our conventional sources include that of coal, oil, natural gas, right? And in some places, right, they have also nuclear as a source of energy. But where we come in, where is biomass? Okay, this is where we are tapping the potentials to, to advance in these transitions of fuel, with regards to biofuel and through waste utilizations, right? So if you see from this, they shifted in the energy supply by various type of sources, right? From 1971 to 2018, we can see that there's a gaining momentum with regards to the biofuel. So now more awareness on climate change, to reduce the negative impacts of the emissions to the environment. So this is where the positions or the contributions of the biofuels can play a positive role there, right? Now, and from here, okay, as I mentioned, when we see the fractions, right, in terms of various types of energy sources here, renewable energy is gaining tractions here, right? We can see nowadays more sources of energies from renewable energy is gaining tractions, where this is where the biomass, the pie that being attributed to biomass is about 45%, right? So how this is so, right? So this can be generated from the solid waste itself, the biomass waste, and then the contributions of the waste to biofuels, right? And also the residues from the wood that people convert to make this solid fuel, right? So then we can see that in order to prolong the lifetimes of all the resources of energy worldwide, right? So the various types of energy is important so that it will complement the overall needs for the society as well as the industry, right? So in summary, this is where I will share today the view on biomass if we convert and tap upon its properties, right, to make the bioenergy, and also how we can also convert the biomass to value-added product, right? So this we will walk through this portion as we go through the lectures. Okay. So as I mentioned here, when we talk about energy security, right, when we try to map again the resources and the supply and demand, right? So when we position the energy security, hold on, if I can shift this on, then okay. Okay, so when we talk about energy security, this is very much, you can map against the viability of resources with regards to each country, right? So each country have their own energy sources, where through efficient utilizations or increase the efficiency of the energy, right? Then this will prolong the resources. At the same time, it will also address the point from the energy security point of view, means that you have your resources and also it can meet the supply and demand balance. And then the importance of having renewable energy, be it from biomass or other types of renewables. So this will, as I mentioned, it will help to diversify the resources, and then the reserve, the whole, you can see just now the pie, right? You got many types of energy sources there. So then it can help to prolong because you have more than one types of energies that can be tapped upon to meet the demands of community, industry, with regards to their energy requirement, right? And further, we can see now, in 2050, most of the countries have pledged, right, to move towards net zero carbon emissions, due to, a means to mitigate this climate change impact, right? So in this way, this is important for us to see how we can improve or strengthen the energy supply and tapping upon the resources that we have. Examples in this case, when we talk about biomass, we be able to convert it to, to make these alternative fuels or other value-added product, right? So then, in a way that if the waste generation is being minimized, then it being converted to something more valuable and useful there, then it helps to mitigate the climate change impact, right? Okay. Right. So now I'd like to bring our attentions how we can map against the bioenergy with regards to SDG. So when we talk about biomass resources that we have here, if this waste being managed in a positive manner, then it will help to promote a positive ecosystem, right? So means that examples, we can say an example here is for the agriculture residue. So yeah, we can tap upon the fruits, examples in paddy plantations or various types of plantations, but at the same time we manage the residues, the biomass, so that we have a stable or a complete ecosystem that we balance waste minimization. At the same time, we can also tap upon the useful products from that. And then when we relate to bioenergy, it can be mapped against the SDG 7, where in some countries the affordable energy is sought after, and then from a clean source of energy, right? So this, if you see this, it is have an expressions where all community, right, can have this access to energy. And then ultimately, it can also, the indirect impact also when the source of energy is there, secured, and can have a prolonged supply, then the industry can boom, right? At the same time, it can help to various types of industry can growth there, where it will help to provide job security, and at the same time it will promote a sustainable agriculture, and then it will help to more involvements of various party to tap upon this processing or technology from the work perspective, right? So it has a lot of, from the big picture, okay, we have a lot of advantages in tapping upon this biomass waste to convert it to renewable energy and also a value-added product, right? So allow me to share with the student here, okay, definitions of biomass, right? Okay, so when we talk about biomass resources, it can be defined those waste that organic waste that you can generate from plant or animals origins, right? This is by definitions, and then it is biodegradable. Okay, it is a biodegradable, and it can be converted or you can tap these resources from agriculture or from municipal waste. So in summary, when we talk about biomass, it is the resources that originate from the waste materials that you can get from plant or animal origins, right? So I have highlighted here some of examples. When we talk about agriculture, these encompass examples, the rice straws, the cassava roots, right, or the corn cobs. All these are the residue that can be tapped upon, right? And when we are dealing with wood mill, yeah. So the wood residues, okay, this also it can be harvested and then be converted to make useful, example, to make solid fuel, as an example. So there are various sources of ways that we can tap upon, and then we can convert them. Okay, and among others also, animal manure. People have convert it to generate a biogas. Example, biomethane. Okay, to produce the electricity, right? And then from the food waste, they have also convert to tap upon the properties of this waste to make products such as examples of types of gases, methane, or they can convert it to make a bioethanol, right? So, and another type of potential is that you can recover the black liquor, okay, from pulp and paper mills, where this also can be, improved to make value-added products there, right? Now, so in summary, the key things that the students, I hope by now students will appreciate that, okay, lignocellulosic feedstock is a second generations of waste where this is to avoid the competing effect between food versus fuel crisis, right? So this is where you can see the second generations of biofuel is very much, focused on tapping upon the non-edible resources. Examples, the lignocellulosic feedstock, examples, the waste oil, right? That people can, convert them to make a biofuel or other value-added product, right? And one of the key features that can provide a guide to us, right? What kind of fuel or what kind of products that we can generate from the intrinsic natures of the biomass itself, right? So from here, if you see a cellulose, normally plant biomass, they have about, in general, this composition varies, depends on various type of biomass. But normally, the average, the cellulose is between 30 to 50%, and it varies, depends on type. But as an average value, these are the percentage. And hemicellulose is about 15 to 35%, and lignin is about 5 to 30%. So normally, the compositions of cellulose here is being focused and tapped upon, through fermentations. They can produce ethanol there. And then the hemicellulose, this is where the downstream processings of biomass to value-added materials can be, tapped upon. These features of the biomass itself, okay, and the lignin part here, this is where different types of biomass feedstock, they have a different portions of lignin, and then it is very suitable to make or to be converted to bio oil, or to be converted to biogas or solid fuel, right? And also various types of value-added products. So by knowing the biomass composition itself, then you can map against, right? Okay, if this biomass very rich on, with regards to cellulose, then these are the key products that you can, derive upon them, right? So these are the key points there. I hope the student will appreciate that. Okay. Right. Okay, hold on. All right. So this is where I've outlined here. Just now I did mention, right, when we talk about biomass sources. So you can try to convert these municipal waste to something useful. Example, the biogas, example biomethane or biohydrogen, right? They depend upon the process, the catalyst, and the technologies that you adopt, right? And also there's various types of industrial waste, agricultural waste, right? So these are the pictures that I hope sometimes the pictures will, is more, give a something to flashback and remember, right? And then you can see how the biofuel, as I mentioned, they progress from first generations to second generations, and now the third generation is where they tap upon these, microalgae, where they convert these microalgae to biofuels such as bio oil and biodiesels, right? And some part, the compositions of the algae also, they are tapping upon to make a value-added product such as cosmetic, right? So these are how now most of the researchers are progressing from first generation to second generation, third generations, and who knows in futures, due to modified these materials, then it will also have a residue which need to be treated. Okay. Now, based on that, okay, let me share with the students here in Malaysia. So in Malaysia, there are various types of biomass resources that is available. So in our country, we have the domestic waste that we can tap upon, okay, to convert to value-added products or fuel here, and also the agriculture residues. Okay, so Malaysia's our agriculture residue is very much on the oil palm empty fruit bunch, and also we have the liquid portions of it, the effluent, pomade, and the mesocarp fiber, the palm kernel shells and palm kernel cake. And this is all from the oil palm plantations, right? Where we harvest and we can tap upon to produce a valuable product there. And besides that, there's also some research, but at a lower magnitude, at a lower scale, where they tap upon the animal waste, where they convert to generate electricity, right? And another researchers that people have done also, they tap upon the effluent sludge, right? Where from here, the aim is to produce the fuel as well. Yeah? The sludge, as a solid fuel, and the other part of it, it can be also take to other subjected to other technologies, then can be harvest the gas from it as well. So these are examples of resources that are available in Malaysia in converting biomass to fuel and value-added materials, right? So I hope by now the students are clear about the various type of feedstocks that you can tap upon to convert biomass to make a fuel or value-added materials, right? So as I mentioned, the second part that I want to share with you is on the associated technologies, right? So if you see in this slide, so there are various type of biomass resources there, but not all you can subject to the same processing, right? Because the biomass nature, examples, the moisture content of it, the carbon content of it, okay, how many, the percentage or the compositions of the volatiles, right? Within that types of the biomass resources also very important, that will govern, okay, what type of, usage that match with it, right? So in here, you can see that as a big pictures, if the resources is examples from oil, right? So it is a liquid in nature. This can be further upgraded, okay, through upgrading. Okay, what does it mean, right? So upgrading technologies is examples. They, one of the technologies where they, use this hydro treating, right? And then from there, they will produce examples, liquid fuel, right? So one of the types of liquid fuels that can be generated from these non-edible oil resources is example like green diesels, okay, where in the process of hydrotreating itself is all use a catalyst, right, to crack this feedstock and make value-added product here, right? And examples also in some cases where they they use the resources is a sugar, okay, sugar or starchy crops there, And here through hydrolysis and in some cases they also couple up with fermentations, or they use a microbial processing, and from there they will produce various type of liquid fuel, okay, that associated with this route, okay. And then this liquid fuel also, they have usage, right? Examples to support, as a transportation fuel, okay? If it's ethanol, as an example, where it will also address the demands from the transportation part, okay? And when we talk about lignocellulosic biomass, this is examples of the technologies that can be coupled with this type of resources. Example is through catalytic upgrading also. Okay, you can produce examples bio oil, okay, where this bio oil is very rich in phenolic compositions, where it can be used, okay, to support applications such as downstream petchem processing, right? And then besides that, through gasification of this lignocellulosic biomass also depend upon there's various types of gasification technologies available. This also can be convert the biomass resources to produce fuel such as biofuel, methane, or syngas, or hydrogens, right? So from this slide, it shows that very much we need to know what are the technologies that we can associate with these natures of biomass themselves, right? Then the products of our interest, as well as its applications. So in a way that this thing is, we have the resources, we know the technologies that compatible with it, and then we have the applications, right? So these are the the complete approach to these utilizations of biomass, right? So another examples is here where if you talk about the municipal waste that is a biodegradable, and then through anaerobic or aerobic digestions, this can be further converted to produce a gaseous fuel where it can address the needs to generate the electricity as an example. And then when we talk about the solid fuel also, the direct application, it's being used as an energy usage, where it can be put as a source in the boiler, so that from there this solid fuel can be burned, and then it can helps to for the steam to be generated inside the boiler system, and then it can the steam can to make the turbine move and then generate the electricity, right? So you can see here the beauty of various type of biomass resources if we tap them rightly, right, and couple it with the associated technologies, then you can diversify the applications, okay, to meet as a solid fuel, a liquid fuel, or gaseous fuel, right? And at the end of the day, it will serve the energy utilizations there as well, okay, right? Now, so here, I think what I plan to share with the student today, okay, let me just put it here then, okay. These are available technologies, right, where we can generate electricity from biomass. So as I mentioned, among others is through direct combustions, right? So when we talk about direct combustion, this is where the biomass, in the presence of oxygens there, it will be combust to produce if it's a complete combustions, right, you can produce CO2 and water as well, right? So here, a vapor, okay. So, but then this is where the the importance to couple these technologies with CO2 capture to make the process greener, right, so that you can reduce the amount of CO2 emissions, right? So that is where we can see the shift of technology where gasifications comes in. So in gasifications, the natures of the technology itself, it will help to gasify the biomass, but in a manner that through applications of catalysts, or through applications of the bad materials that can capture the CO2 that we produce as as the direction is proceeding, then it helps to reduce the emissions of CO2 to the environment. So meaning that there's various type of technologies available, but then it has to be look into a holistic view and how it can still serve its purpose. At the same time, it has to minimize the impact of CO2 emissions, right? So these are among of the technologies that can be applied, okay, to that can support electricity generations, right? So from the pyrolysis, the aim is targeted the liquid, the bio oil. So this is where this source of fuel also can complement the productions of electricity applications, right? Now, okay, I think I've covered this where I've mentioned to you just now that direct combustion is an oldest technologies, right? Where normally they have burnt biomass in the presence of oxygens, right? And then the heat is being used. Examples, there's many applications like I mentioned just now. It can also be used to support generations of electricity when it's coupled with applications, internal combustion engine and the turbine, right? So, and another examples where the current practice where they use this solid biomass, where they put it in the palm mill to provide direct heating. Particularly they use the palm kernel shell or mesocarp fiber. There's another options there, right? And then, this is most established technologies. And then in terms of bioenergy productions, this is contribute about 97%, right? And then normally the temperature range that they are used, okay, to convert this energy is about 800 to 1000, depends on the technologies, right? And then the drawback is that the quality of the biomass is important, right? Because you have to check the moisture content to be less than 50% to make the process more efficient. Yeah? So there are various types of combustion technology now, and then we can see how the evolutions of technology where gasification comes in, where it helps to break down the biomass, okay, in the presence of this oxygen, but in a limited amount, or in certain cases people use water, okay, because they want to enhance the hydrogen productions, right? So, and by using gasifications, there are three types of products that can be tapped upon. The majority of the gas compositions depends on how you optimize the process. Examples, the syngas, right, or the hydrogen gas, where it can be further, used to generate the electricity, right? In some cases, this gasification also, it can produce the liquid, the bio oil, and also the solid product, the byproduct of it. So in a way that gasification, it helps us to get three products, right? If you do this technology optimizations, not only from electricity, but you get the liquid product and also the solid product that can be utilized, right? And another updates here where we can see that how they couple these IGCC, where they integrated gasifications with the combined cycle, where in these technologies they use a high pressure gasifier, where they convert a coal or carbon based fuel to produce a pressurized syngas, right? So these syngas have many usage as a key feedstock to produce other chemicals compound, or it can also be used to support the electricity generations, okay? And you can see here the difference between gasifications and combustions, where the temperature also is can be controlled at a lower range here, because we use it can be coupled with utilization of catalysts that can help to reduce the temperatures that we need to convert the biomass to the product of our interest, okay? And then, right, so I think I've covered this. So this picture shows examples of the, a simple gasifier where, it depends how you are planning to introduce your biomass to the unit operations, right? There are various types of gasifier available. Examples, it can be the downdraft type or the updraft type or utilization type, right? So each of them have their own efficiencies associated, and different types can serve the different capacity of electricity to be generated. Right. So another technologies here, pyrolysis. This is where we are converting the biomass. Normally the good portions of the biomass is the lignin cellulosic biomass, where we convert it to make the liquid fuel. Majority composition is liquid, and then we also have lower compositions of the gaseous fuels there, right? So normally when we compare with, you have just now the combustions, gasifier and pyrolysis. Now pyrolysis, the temperature is lower because in here we are targeting to maximize the productions of the liquid fuel there, right? And then in our research also, we have tried various type of agricultural residue that we can tap upon and to produce this bio oil, right? Now, so pyrolysis is is being conducted in a limited. Ideally, it has been conducted in an inert environment, right? But now people are trying to innovate where what will be the quality of the bio oil if the the process is being done at a lower temperature, but then in the presence of a flue gas, whether how will be the quality of the bio oil, right? So now not only these technologies they try in an inert environment, but they will try also to see how is the behavior of the quality of the bio oil that can be produced if you are trying to tap upon the flue gas compositions in cracking these types of biomass under the pyrolysis conditions here. Right. So regarding the types, okay, also the rate of when you want to pyrolyze the biomass, also the temperature change with respect to time is also important, whether it's a slow pyrolysis or fast pyrolysis or the flash pyrolysis, right? Different types of pyrolysis technology also will give you a different quality of the bio oil that you will obtain there, right? So I think I have done the talking now. So I hope by now at least the students are clear that okay, with regards to the biomass definitions, all the wonders that we can do, okay, by coupling these resources and technologies for us to get this product, be it from the energy point of view or other downstream products, right? So with this, let me pause here to have a Q&A just for a quick interactions with the students here. Okay, let me view, have the class view first. Okay. Okay, I hope that the students, I open for Q&A. Any Q&A so far? Yeah, Prof. Armando, I open for them to ask me questions before I go to another steps.
That's very good, Professor Suzana. Any questions from the students, please? Do you have any questions?
Yeah. So normally we have this saying, Prof. Armando, if they don't ask, meaning that they understand it 100%, or they don't understand it at all. So I hope it's the first part. Yeah. All right. So no questions so far?
No questions.
All right. So if there's no question, then I will proceed to my second part. Yeah. Okay.
Yes, please.
Hold on, yeah.
Professor Suzana. Yeah.
Okay, hold on. For the second part, okay, this is where I want to share with the student regarding to our okay, hold on, yeah. I want to change this here. Okay, right. So in Malaysia, our resources, our sources of energy is very much depending upon the petroleum and liquid fuel as well as natural gas. Okay, we also have coal there. Variables is about 6%. Yeah, this is based on the data that we obtained based on this statistical review of world energy. So I believe, like the student from Japan, from Indonesia, I mean, each country also have their energy consumptions chart with regards to this, right? So we hope that with this, these are the amount of resources that we have in the country that we convert to produce for our energy consumptions, right? Okay. Right, so in terms of our share for the biomass, okay, you can see here renewables, the fraction is increasing, okay, and we hope it is also will have a positive drive in moving forwards, where renewables will comes in to complement the percentage of energy that being produced in the country to produce electricity. So these are the current standing in our country, where we can see now the shift. You can see if you compare in 2010, the renewables is not so much, but now it keep on increasing. So to me, I put this is a positive initiative, movements of the country in moving towards transitions with net zero emissions, right, by 2050. So at least the initiative is there, right? Now, so in terms of the net energy generations by fuel type, okay, when we go deep, okay, the portions of it, okay, so in terms of for the electricity part of it, still, more opportunities to be positioned when we talk about these types of renewables in the country, right? And let me talk about PID. This chart shows to the students that, remember I mentioned to you in the first part of the lectures, where among others, the agriculture residues that we can tap along is the paddy residue. So you can see that worldwide, right? So these are the total paddy residue available. So I think this amount also increasing, right, based on the demand, okay, and then you can see here, right, we have so much tons of these paddy straw productions, right, and also the rye husk, right, where this can be tapped upon rather than just leave like that untreated, okay, or being burned directly. These portions of the biomass, we can collect them, and then we can associate it with certain technologies to convert to example ethanol, or we can use it to depends on what type of technology, gasifications or pyrolysis to get the bio oil or to get the gaseous fuel there. So these are among the biomass resources that are available to be tapped upon. All right, and then in terms of the contributions of region, so here, okay, if you see the where these residues, where you can see Asia, Asia is we have that residue resources that we can tap upon, and we can convert it to supplement our electricity or other downstream processings, right? So these are the potentials that can be tapped upon. And you can see here Southeast Asia, okay, in terms of the rice straw, right? So you compare with other part, okay, this is where the resources resides there, right? So this is where the potentials can be. This is where the new industry can be evolved, okay, to complement how we can convert these resources to make a useful product there. All right, so this is just to share with the students. Okay, these are the paddy straw, okay, that we can see how it this is how it looks like, and also the rice husk, okay, where in Malaysia these resources, they have tried last time to convert it to produce energy, with these are the target, but this we see this only complement about 5.4% from the whole electrical energy needed in Malaysia, right? But at least we there's a mix of diversifications of fuel types, right, to produce the electricity. So this is based on the data that we I refer from these publications, right? And this is based on previous data where the initiative, how they do these collections, because there's available all these operating rice mills in Malaysia, where from here, this is where the residues being collected and then can be converted to make these conversions to various types of resources. Okay. So I would like to share with the students here, okay, some informations about paddy plantations in our country, where it is this the plantation site is the management of it circular in manner, where it start from the land preparations and then start the growing of the paddy, and then they have the how to manage the crops, and then the harvesting portions of it, and then they do the land being treated again for the next season, right? So from here you can see the security of the approach there, where from these examples after the harvesting, this is where we can tap the biomass resources and then we can convert to the useful product there. Right. So these are some pictures where they do the plow, okay, make to prepare the land area there, and then they do their seedling. Okay, then later after numbers of days, right, about 105 to 200 days, then they can start do the planting, right? So here, this is where I show you just now how they convert all the residue and they produce the electricity generations, but in a lower capacity, right? So this initiative, examples, if you are focusing on the rice husk power generations, okay, this will help to in other way, it would if it will help to also reduce the amount of CO2 being emitted here, as you compare if wholly non-renewable resources being utilized. So these are another resources that we can tap upon to lower the amounts of CO2 emissions with regards to these conversions of biomass to generate the electricity, right? And then so I've shared with you the numbers of mills that we have. Out of the many, there are 4 rice mills in Malaysia where they use to generate the electricity. But as I mentioned, the total capacity is lower from the past program that they have done there, right? So there's a potential, to be still pursue in this direction, even though it has not been, in a big manner, right? But the proof of concept they have done, where they they harvest all these residues from the paddy plantations, where they convert it to produce the electricity, right? So I think this is an example where among the biomass power plant that they use, Perlis is the states in the northern part of the country, where they use these rice husk resources as a fuel, and then they use it to generate about 10 megawatt of power to meet the requirements of 30,000 households. So this is another one of the potentials where biomass is being coupled with the technologies to produce the electricity. So another examples where they produce 1.5 megawatt, Titi Serong is not far from our university here, power plant, where they use this rice husk to generate the electricity. So, and another plant is in Sungai Dingin, palm oil mill project that have been done, where they use the palm kernel shell and also palm fiber to generate steam and electricity. So these are amongst of the potentials where the biomass can be used with technologies to produce the electricity, right? Right, and I've listed here, this is based on previous data that we have. These are among the players, the companies that use the biomass fuel. You can see here various types of lignocellulosic biomass agriculture residues that have been done, okay, to generate a certain megawatt hour of electricity, right? And these are the energy capacity that this company are producing. So I hope from here, it enlightens the students that this has the potentials to convert biomass to energy, right? But there's also the technologies have comes with the challenge, but at least the potential is there, right? So the key thing is that we need to know the biomass nature, the moisture content, the properties of the biomass itself, right? Then we can couple with the right technologies to produce the output that we want here. All right. So okay, I think in Malaysia, so I mentioned, right, these are among the potentials to tap upon this rice straw, paddy residue, because we have many mills, but only few that being tapped upon, right, to produce the electricity, right? So I hope from my sharing, right, the first part of these lectures, the students have an insights of, okay, these are the type of biomass, these are the thermal chemical conversion technologies that can be applied and coupled with the biomass types to produce the electricity. So another part is, this biomass depend upon the process that you couple with them. These also have potentials to produce other products, example bio-based chemicals, or to produce bioethanol. This bioethanol, the utilization is not only as a fuel, it can also serve other downstream applications. So these are another types of potentials of the ligno-associated biomass to serve the downstream processing. All right. So let me see the comparison. Okay, so we have thermal chemical conversions and biochemical conversions, right? So when we both technologies have its own merits and demerits, right? Because it begs to the balance how or what technologies you can select to meet this type of product of your interest, right? So very much when people do these comparisons, okay, thermal chemical conversions technologies, this is a very fast reactions as compared to biochemical, but in some cases where the product is very heat sensitive, this is where the merits of the thermal conversions, this is where the merits of the biochemical conversion technology is need to be focused on, right? So in what I'm trying to summarize here is that even though biochemical technologies, the time to process it, through enzymatic routes, or it takes a longer time, but maybe the nature of the product of interest also, it's very heat sensitive. So that is where the choice of the technology is very important there. Okay, now besides that, okay, I think I also want to illustrate here that there are, when we talk about as an examples, right, technologies with regards to pyrolysis or transacidifications, microemulsions or dilutions, right? So the key things that when you do your research or you want to establish the technologies, try to look into the efficiencies of conversions, the cost impact of it, and the product quality or the product pricings, right, that you want to target there, right? So these are among the factors that outweigh how you can also tap upon the findings in the lab to bring it to the next levels, technology readiness level. Right. So okay, I still have a few times to share about biomass from the oil palm perspective. Just now I showed the student the pictures of paddy plantations, the residues, right, the rice husks, the rice straws. So now this is pictures of the palm plantations, right, where Malaysia very much into these crops. It helps us for our it create our economics for Malaysia as well. So the step also, there's this is where you can see the pruning, right? The pruning here, it will give this the fronds. This is where we can convert, okay, in terms of examples of applications. They also convert it to make animal feed, and then harvest. This is, you can see the pictures of, you know, the whole bunch of the palm fruits there. So when this fruit is being being separated from all the bunches, this is where you only left empty fruit bunch, right? But initially, they're very, the fruits and the bunch, they're very, well intact with each other, right? And then this, the meal, okay, where they process. I think last time before COVID, the students from Japan come here and then we visit the palm mill. So I think it gives the actual visualizations of the whole industry there, right? Okay, and as I mentioned, this is where, okay, when you see the palm plantations, right, or palm plantations there, the fruits part that can be harvested normally is about 10%, right? So the rest is the residue. So this residue we can tap upon the fronds, the trunk, the EFB, palm kernel shell, all these mesocarp fiber that we can convert it to make electricity or other products here, right? Examples, you can make palm kernel oil, and also other like crude palm oil, that can be generated from all these oil palm tree, from their residue as well, right? Right, so these are another examples where people, through the biochemical conversions, right, they couple with the fermentations, where they leverage upon the cellulosic compositions of the biomass, where they convert it to make sugar, simple sugar, and through subsequent process, this can also be processed to make ethanol, right? So I think not only there, they also have make composite from all these residue, the fiber-based composite, where here they couple with the mechanical part, melting and blending, and then they make other product as well, right? And another examples, the activated carbon, okay, can also be converted from these biomass resources to various technologies and can be used as an adsorbent, okay, to treat not only a gaseous pollutant and also in the wastewater, for wastewater purifications, right? Right. So I think another things that I want to share with the students here, that when you do your research, it's good also to reflect, right? How your work is being mapped against the SDG and the principles of 12 principles of green chemistry, because by putting this upfront in mind, then you know that, okay, you will innovate technologies or a route where from the resources you help to prevent more waste being formed, and also you are thinking about what are alternative solvents, or what are alternative routes that you can adopt, okay, to make sure you get the product of interest, but at the increase the safe of the overall process, right? So, and also to check, okay, if these are the route that you're adopting, right? So how can you increase the utilizations of energy efficiency, but by having a process route that you can through innovations, okay, by applications of catalysts as an examples, okay, you can help to shorten the conversion time, and in a way this will also help to increase the energy efficiency, right? And yeah, so these are some key points that I hope student will take note in doing the research, right? Okay, so I think I will not go deep here, because just now I've just highlight to you various types of waste that can be tapped upon. Normally here, the waste cooking oil, this waste cooking oil can be used to convert to make biodiesels, right? And there are others and non-edible resources here, example rubber seed oil, right? Here, if this feedstock you be utilized to make biodiesel, this is very good because it helps, it enrich in the double bond, within the compositions of the oil, where it helps to improve the cold flow properties of the biodiesels that been generated using this type of feedstock, right? And right, so allow me to share, okay, a few of our works where we produce biomass to make biodiesels, biomass to make bio-oils, right? And we also done the biomass conversions to syngas and also biomass conversions to biochar, right? So these are the associated technologies where we incorporate the concepts of hydrodynamic cavitations. So hydrodynamic cavitations technologies where these technologies will help to improve the mixings between the liquid. In making a biodiesels, you have your oil, you have your solvent, you have your catalyst, right? Homogeneous catalyst. So the challenge is that how we can have an homogeneous mixing at the same time be able to convert all these phases to produce more esters, right? So in this case, we use the concept of hydrodynamic where we leveraging on the contact between after you subjected all these your reactants and your solvent and your catalyst, under a certain temperature. So if this contacts between the vapor and the liquid can be enhanced further, because then there'll be a formations of bubbles here when they pass through this orifice. This is where the efficiencies of the overall process can be enhanced further, right? So these are another technologies that we can our group are focusing to enhance these productions of waste cooking oil or rapeseed oil to make the biodiesels, right? And also ultrasonification. These are also another intensification strategies where through ultrasonic this wave, it helps to improve the mixings for to synthesize the biodiesels. Then at the end of the day, we get a shorter reactions time, and then we prove that this also helps to enhance the efficiencies of biodiesels productions there, right? And then one of the work here I want to share where together with our colleagues, Prof. Imira, last time we do check that through coupling of these concepts of torrefaction, the quality of the biomass feedstock can be improved further. And then from there we can make a solid fuel that have improve in terms of the calorific value, right? So these are examples where I recap back our lesson outcome today. We tap upon the biomass features, we couple it with the technologies, and then we make the product of interest here, right? So and here this is where one of the route where we convert the biomass to make the bio oil. This is collaborative with Kelvin last time. He also attached in Kumamoto, where jointly we developed these technologies to produce the bio oil here. And bio oil is a precursor to make various downstream product, right? It can be used in the applications of to make resins or detergents, right? So this is where the technologies, supercritical hydrothermal liquefactions, we apply that to enrich this biomass to the bio oil. Right. Okay. Now, another examples of our technologies where we tap upon the various type of biomass, the pure biomass and the biomass mixtures with the plastic waste, and then we do a thermal conversion here. We subject it to gasifications, and then we monitor how much of the syngas that we can produce, and also different process conditions, we try to produce the how much of hydrogens also that we can tap upon, right? So these are various types of examples of the technologies where we can convert biomass to gaseous fuels as well, right? So I think I would like to, for the students now, I have another, Prof. Armando, I have another 15 minutes, right? Because with this information, I want the students to get into the group for discussions.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So I think with that, I almost finished my talk here, where the summary is that, okay, in doing the research, we have to reflect again the methods, the materials, yeah. At the same time, the principles of SDG, the 12 principles of chemistry. So in the hope that we will, make this pyramid very strong, sustainability, environment, and the economy, right? So I think with that, I reserve the extra 50 minutes for this Q&A for the group exercise, Prof. Armando. Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Prof. Suzana. Right. So you will again join your respective group. So those from group number 1 will go to room 1. From group number 2 will go to room number 2, and so on. So I'm going to create 5 rooms. Please go to your respective rooms now.
What about the questions? Can they refer it here, or how is it? Yeah. So
all right. So I will copy it, Prof.
Yeah. Okay.
And send it via chat, or send it to respective rooms.
Okay.
To breakout rooms. Okay.
So
go
then
ahead, everybody. Please join your respective rooms. I already opened the rooms. Please join your respective rooms. Okay.
So how can I join them? I can go to the breakout room, is it? I go to the breakout room. Okay. Correct. All right. Then I can go around and discuss with them.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
All right. So everybody, please. I think you still remember your room or group number. Please join your room. Professor Suzana will go around those, rooms. Okay. Dr. City, I sent to you the guidelines.
Yes.
Is that okay? Or if you have some comments?
Later, I will give some comment, Prof.
All right. And then, if it is okay with you, I will post it to the Moodle page here.
Yes.
And then
Maybe this afternoon, I will give some comment and then send back to you.
All right. Thank you so much, Dr. City.
Okay. So in all, how many groups we have?
5, Professor.
We have 5 groups.
Okay, then I can join them then. Okay.
You can join any group you like. Okay.
All right.
I will send the question again to the breakout rooms. Okay, so I will broadcast it. I'm looking for Professor Suzana's.
There is a 3 question, right?
Yes, 3 questions. I'm looking for it. I'm going to copy it to. Where is it?
This is as an in-class assignment, or they have to submit later after they have like discussion?
Only a discussion, I guess. And if we can have time, the students can make a summary, make a report or in a presentation. Dr. City.
Yes.
We will collaboratively mark the final presentation. Do you still have the rubric? I mean, how?
Yes, wait a minute. If not, I will check again, Professor.
Right, okay, thank you.
Because we have rubric last time, right?
Last time, yes. If you still have that, please share it. I was actually